LiAngelo Ball is back in the spotlight, but does he really deserve another shot? After a long list of scandals and missed opportunities, the question naturally arises if he can really make it in the NBA.
Hills is on the roll. They had a winner in the Powerball, and they also have one in high school basketball. Their undefeated team is ranked #1 in the entire country.
That is our goal, to be #1 in the nation.
His record is limited, his chances are slim, and time may be running out. But could a fresh start in the G League change his fate? Today, we take a look at his highs and lows, trying to figure out if LiAngelo Ball's basketball dreams can still become a reality, or if this is the moment his journey comes to an end. Let's dive in. It's been 2 years since we last saw him play, and in that brief stint, he averaged just 4.6 points and 1.1 rebounds in 13 minutes per game. Now, he's saying that if given a chance in the G League, he'll make the most of it. But why should anyone believe that? Here's the truth. LiAngelo was never quite meant for the NBA spotlight. It wasn't about the infamous China incident or the league his dad created. The hard reality is that LiAngelo hasn't shown he can compete at the highest level. Sure, he's 6 feet 5 inches, but when his brothers are 6 feet 6 inches and 6 feet 8 inches point guards.
Your brother a 6'8" point guard. Your other brother a 6'6" point guard. And you 6'5". And you a power forward.
On me.
Something missing, like, you know what I mean?
There's a noticeable difference in what the NBA demands. That gap has always been there, hasn't it? LiAngelo's basketball journey has been a crazy ride, full of ups and downs. For years, he was in the shadows of his more famous brothers, LaMelo and Lonzo. Back in 2015, the Ball family was everywhere. If you followed basketball, you couldn't escape hearing about the three brothers dominating in high school. And it wasn't just hype. They were on track to make history. Seeing three brothers playing on the same team was rare, and they didn't just play, they destroyed the competition. This was shaping up to be one of the greatest high school basketball teams ever. Each brother had their role, and they executed it perfectly. While Lonzo and LaMelo were known for their flashy playmaking, LiAngelo was the bruiser, using his strength to bully defenders and score effortlessly. He was actually the team's leading scorer, averaging 27 points when playing alongside his brothers, and over 30 when he was with just LaMelo. But here's where things went south for LiAngelo. Despite his strength and solid numbers, he was always playing catch-up. His brothers were top-tier recruits, while LiAngelo was ranked as a 3-star player. That lack of attention has always followed him. So should he get another shot? That's a tough one. Lonzo Ball and LaMelo Ball were 5-star Division I recruits, but LiAngelo, not so much. LaMelo was the younger brother, lighting up highlight reels with his insane potential. Lonzo was the complete package, dominating with ridiculous playmaking ability in high school. LiAngelo, on the other hand, had a bit of that middle child syndrome going on. Sure, he was the leading scorer on his high school team, but his role was questionable at best, barely playing defense and chucking up as many three-pointers as possible. This style didn't exactly teach him how to play real team basketball. Meanwhile, teammates like Lonzo, LaMelo, and even Onyeka Okongwu had clear roles and, unsurprisingly, all went on to be lottery picks. The team was undeniably effective, but their game plan was as simple as it gets. They used a full-court trap to hide LiAngelo, funneled shots to their NBA-level anchor, and relied on steals from Lonzo and Eli Scott to feed LiAngelo easy looks. But let's be real, LiAngelo's best shot at the NBA wasn't just being able to score, it was proving he could defend. Instead, he was left getting burned by high schoolers while his teammates did the heavy lifting. In the half court, the team ran a basic high pick and roll with Lonzo and Okongwu, or fed LiAngelo in the low post. That was it. And if the ball landed in LiAngelo's hands, you knew what was coming next. A shot, no hesitation. It's no wonder the offense was so one-dimensional. LiAngelo then committed to UCLA, hoping to follow in his brother's footsteps and prove himself. But his time at UCLA was short and disastrous. During a preseason international tour in China, LiAngelo, along with 2 teammates, was caught stealing Louis Vuitton sunglasses. This move not only led to a 1-year suspension, but nearly landed them in jail. The incident sparked an international scandal, with even President Donald Trump stepping in to help secure their release. This moment marked the end of LiAngelo's college career before it really began. He returned home to deal with the fallout. Many argue that this was the turning point that set back his development for good. The best route for most American players to reach the NBA is through college, but that chance was taken away. The G League Ignite didn't work out for LiAngelo either. And honestly, G League basketball is full of guys just trying to get paid. LiAngelo fumbled what might have been his best opportunity. LiAngelo Ball wasn't about to sit out an entire year, so he joined his younger brother LaMelo in Lithuania, hoping that playing professionally in Europe would boost his chances of getting drafted in 2018. Sounds like a good plan, right? But unfortunately, things didn't quite go as expected. LiAngelo struggled with injuries, and despite his efforts, he went undrafted. Fans were hoping LiAngelo would shine overseas, but it didn't turn out that way. In Lithuania, expectations were high. LaMelo was still a kid, and it made sense that he'd struggle against grown men. But LiAngelo, with his strength and one of the best-looking jump shots in the Ball family, was supposed to be a different story. At least the hope was that he could be a solid role player in a professional league. But sadly, that wasn't what happened. LiAngelo's play was inconsistent at best. He averaged a rough 12 points a game, and in many games, he went scoreless. His only real highlights came from events sponsored by his family's Big Baller brand. It was a far cry from the impact many had hoped for. The Lithuania experiment didn't last long though. LeVar, LiAngelo's father, pulled his sons from the team after disagreements with the coaching staff. This marked the point where LiAngelo's basketball career, already complicated, took a sharp turn for the worse. Then came the JBA, Junior Basketball Association, a league that LeVar created. Let's be honest, this was one of the most bizarre moves in basketball history. The league conveniently fit the age range for both of LeVar's sons to play, but the promise of competition quickly fell apart. The Ball brothers put up ridiculous stats, but the league was filled with amateur-level basketball, and it was clear this wasn't helping their careers. LiAngelo went on to win the JBA's MVP, which is about as meaningful as being voted class president in 3rd grade. In reality, he was playing against competition that wouldn't even challenge most LA fitness players. He was taking 50 shots a game, all while his dad served as the coach and the league's creator. It wasn't exactly the development LiAngelo needed. While LaMelo was able to break free from his father's shadow and get back on track, playing for Spire Academy and becoming a top recruit again, LiAngelo's path took a different turn. He was stuck training with LeVar, hoping and praying for another shot at the NBA. After years of grinding and waiting, that shot finally came when LiAngelo joined the Charlotte Hornets G League affiliate. Would this be his chance to finally prove himself? Only time will tell. LiAngelo Ball kicked off his G League season with a bang, dropping 26 points and hitting 6 3-pointers. For a hot second, it seemed like he might actually be the best shooter in the Ball family. With his strong build and smooth shot, he looked like he could carve out a role as a 3-and-D player in today's NBA. But that high didn't last long. His shooting slumped, and by the end of his time with the Swarm, his field goal percentage had dropped to just 39%. That led to him being waived, and at 26, it's hard to imagine his NBA dreams staying alive. Let's be real. LiAngelo's fame mostly came from being a Ball, not from his actual game. In the end, LiAngelo Ball's journey is filled with missed opportunities, questionable decisions, and moments that could have defined his career. So, what does the future hold for him? Is a fresh start in the G League the chance he's been waiting for, or will he fade into basketball history? What do you think? Could LiAngelo still surprise us? Or is this the end of his basketball journey? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest content. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights, and we'll see you in the next video.